our healthy move their equipment in. This is the reality of a magic show.
You do something that brings them joy.
Good evening.
Good evening. And you are?
William Scott Anderson.
You're in the military?
I am.
So first and foremost, I got to thank you for your service. I really
Thank
do.
you. Thank you.
I do want to talk about, you were on the TV show America's Got Talent.
I had just come home from Iraq, and I hadn't even been home for a month, and I got a phone call from my wife who was at work, and she asked me if I knew that America's Got Talent was coming into town for tryouts. And I had no idea. She said it was in the paper. So I saw it, and I was like, well, I might as well give it a shot. We didn't even really have the show set since I've been home, and we hadn't even performed the show since I had gotten home. And I called them. We got ourselves an audition.
Paper folding. Now, in and of itself, origami is a fairly simple process, but in the right hands, it can be truly magical. So tonight, we're going to take origami to a whole new level, and I've prepared for you an illusion that has talent written all over it.
We had 2 days to put an act together, and we probably spent 28 hours over the course of that 2 days working on a 90-second act to make sure we had it flawless.
Was in a box, and then how you folded up the box quite small, and then swords going through, and I thought, well, I'm glad I'm not your assistant. It must be a little bit nerve-wracking at times for your assistant.
Where'd she go?
You've been to Afghanistan, and you've seen a lot of sad things, I'm sure, because there's nothing great about war. And you know, I've never been to war, and I've never had the opportunity to meet someone that's actually been there and speak to them. And if there's a message that you can send to my viewers about what's important in life, because I'm sure that you've realized a lot of things when you're over there at war and seeing a lot of devastation. So if there's a message to send to the viewers about what you feel is important in life, that would be wonderful.
Oh man, you had to do that to me. And,
oh, I'm sorry.
You know, in an instant it could be gone. You never know when. And so the best message I could give to anybody about life is just live it.
Okay, and so through your magic, you're living it, then I take it.
I am. There's a lot of stories from my time in Iraq and Afghanistan that come out. Probably about 75% of our patient load in Afghanistan was the children. You know, it wasn't us that did that to them, but we really wanted to take care of them. Performing magic was I mean, for me, it was my way of communicating with the Iraqi children and the Afghani children. You go in there and I mean, the kids are hurt really bad, but you bring a smile. You know, just to imagine, you know, as a parent, what those people see on a daily basis. Okay. The show is based on my travels around the world as a soldier. I've been to Korea, Afghanistan, Iraq, Europe, and all over the U.S. And now Canada.
Well, I did find that you have a great sense of humor, and I thought to myself, anybody that's going through a difficult time in their life, coming to a show such as yours, and not only being amazed by how incredibly talented you are, but having the humor behind it, there's nothing better than an evening of laughs to lift up somebody's spirits.
You know, it's an emotional roller coaster. I mean, come to the show, there's parts where, you know, people will, they'll be in stitches, just laughing at the stories, laughing at what went on. And there's other times where they'll be brought to tears over the stories and the magic that happened.
And it's wonderful that you're a kind person that cares so much about children and really tries to make an impression and give them a little bit of hope in life. And that's a wonderful thing that you're doing with your magic. And I'm really honored and pleased that you've taken the opportunity to speak to me, because I have great admiration for you. Not only for your magic, but what you've accomplished and what you've done.
Some Canadian soldiers that I got to work with, sort of, over in Afghanistan. And I have nothing but the highest admiration for this country and your servicemen and women as well.
And I enjoyed it very much.
Thank you.
Okay, Daddy did good.
What I loved about what you did is it was just brilliant delivery. You were like this warrior, you know?
I love the blend of the military and the magic, and I would expand on this. I would use the military, and I'd use the uniform, and I'd use the flags, and I would just build on this. This was a little small to win it, but it's great. It's a great start, and so let's vote.
It is yes from me.
A big yes.